Welcome, everybody. We are here today to take a look at KonnectMobile. It's a mobile application that's integrated with Counterpoint. It communicates with Counterpoint real time through a browser interface, which is it's hosted on your network and then connected directly to your Counterpoint database so that it can access data immediately and update Counterpoint immediately. And because it runs in a browser, it's compatible with virtually any device that has a browser. And that would include a mobile device with a built-in scanner. It could include a tablet computer with a Bluetooth scanner. It could include a laptop or a desktop computer. So you have a lot of choices there. So very flexible. The program is highly configurable as well to meet your needs. And Ken Watts is the developer. He's going to take us through a demonstration today of all the features built in. Of course, we can't cover everything, but we'll give you at least a good idea of what all is available within the application. Please take it away, Ken.
All right. As you can see from the screen, we just got a suite of features that the program has. We'll go ahead and start with the top one called Item View. And as it would be, it's basically allows you to view the information for any particular item that you scan or type in. The information that's on the screen is configurable, so you can actually decide what you want to, what appears on the screen. And it also allows you the option to have the bins on the screen and be able to actually update the bins as needed. And it also has the option of adding any barcodes that are not attached to this item. So you can actually add those right here from the spot rather than adding them in Counterpoint. We're going to go ahead and back out from there. The next feature we have is receiving. Basically what you do is you'll start a new receiver, and it actually picks up the receiver from Counterpoint and assigns a new one. And then you can decide which purchase order you're going to receive, and you'll select that purchase order. It'll list all the items on that purchase order below here. And then you'll just start scanning. You can scan them in any order you want to as you're counting them. So you can go ahead and enter the item number in and the quantity for that item. So you just it'll change the color of the line that was counted. If you there's two different colors for the counting. If you don't count, you don't receive all of them, it'll actually change a different color. And the colors are configurable. So in this case, yellow is ones that have not been received, blue is completely received, and green is partially received. You also have the option to allow the users to actually add an item that's not on the purchase order. And once you are finished receiving them, you'll go back here and actually you can post a receiver to Counterpoint. And once it's in Counterpoint, then you'll have to post the receiver in Counterpoint itself. You'll basically just create the receiver in Counterpoint from here. You can all, anyways, then if you want, you can actually click on this arrow and it'll actually give you information. If you have a whole list of receivers, you can decide which one you're actually working on. From there, we can go back to the screen here. The next one is a cycle count. And it's basically just that you can either do two ways. You can actually freeze an account in Counterpoint, and you can have it basically abide by the frozen count. So if you were to count something that's not on that frozen list, it'll actually block you from adding it to the count. Or you can allow the user to actually create the count. You know, if an item, they scan an item and count it, and it's not in the frozen list, then it'll basically add it for you into Counterpoint. This is real time. It is adding the Counterpoint, the cycle counts to Counterpoint. So if you count an item twice, it'll actually it'll be as in Counterpoint. I think you get up to the 6 counts for each item, and it'll just continue to add to those counts. So you can enter an item in here, and you can do it either blindly, or you can actually allow them to see what the quantity is on hand. There is an option to remove these items so that they don't see that. It will, if there's a bin location, it will display the bin location here as to where the item is at. And the other option is to add a 0 count, so you can actually mark it in a frozen list that the item has been viewed, and there is just no count on that particular item. We go back to the list, you'll see all the items that are here, and these will be here until you tell Counterpoint you actually post them in Counterpoint. But this is a live in Counterpoint. It's basically when you're finished, you can go to Counterpoint and print your edit list and then post it from there. I go back here. Next feature is purchase request. This allows you to basically create them. It's usually for something like you have a scanner. You can go around your store and just go through and scan each item and put it onto a purchase request. You basically will start one. You'll enter in your vendor, and then you'll start adding items to it. There's 2 options: a quick add, or you can actually have it where you enter an item in, and it'll stop on the quantity, give you all the information about that item, and you'll put in how many you want to buy for that item instead. Otherwise, it just on quick entry, it's just basically one item that'll be put on, a quantity of 1 that'll be put on the purchase request. And when we go back, it'll actually list those items here. If you do scan one twice, it will create 2 different lines for that item. But when it's actually posted over to the Counterpoint, it will merge those 2 items to 1 line. The next one on the list is order pick. Allows you to use your browser to pick a sales order. Basically start the sales order process and select the order which you want to pick. Allow me to one. From here, it'll show you the items that are on the list, on the order, who the order is for. From here, you can actually click on pick the order. And once you get to this point, you'll actually click on next item. And it'll ask you to enter in the item. It basically is going to show you which item you need to pick, how many you need to pick. And you'll actually enter in. The idea is to scan the item in to make sure you've got the right item, and you'll put in the quantity for that pick. And it actually also indicates what bin that particular item is in. And then once you've done that, it'll actually move to the next item and tell you this is the next item to pick. And it'll do that and go through all your items that are in the order. And once it's done, it'll tell you that it's at the end and you're finished. So you'll back up and it'll actually indicate blue would indicate it's completely picked, green would be partially picked, or yellow would be not picked at all. There is an option to also have reason codes as to why you partially picked or why you didn't pick the item at all. You can have those tracked. They'll be put into the reference field in Counterpoint's order entry. And then you'll save that. And once you're finished, you can actually click post, and then it'll actually move this order from pick to pick verify. One back up. Your next one is order verify or pick verify, and it'll list all the orders that are ready to be verified. You'll click on the button, and you'll actually just click on verify, and it'll tell you what needs to be verified. At the bottom, the user would actually enter that in and say how many he verified, and then it'll actually turn those again the colors, and it'll actually tell you that it's complete once it's done. We go back, and these you can also do a reset if you need to, and redo the verify to verify it one more time if a problem occurred, or we can actually post it from here and it'll move it from verify to pack in Counterpoint Order Management. All right, so we're going to actually jump down past order verify down to quick order real quick, because these other two are actually designed for a slightly different screen. And then we'll go ahead and change the screen to feature these two here. Quick transfer is exactly what it sounds like in Counterpoint. It allows you to transfer from one location to a different location. So you can put in a number. You can actually change the quantities. There is an option to be able to allow the user to actually change the unit of measure. You'll put in a reference, and you basically once you're done, it's actually will post them, and it's basically an immediate post to Counterpoint. These are ones that if there are any open ones, you can actually see them down here. You're unable to edit the ones that are down there, though. It's just showing what's been done already. So we'll go ahead and back out of that, and we're going to change our what we're going to be viewing here. And we're going to go to delivery. Now, delivery basically allows you to deliver your orders out in the field, and be able to receive a signature. Not only a signature, but you can also, I'm going to increase the size of the screen. Anyways, you can also, as you can see, you can actually say that we didn't deliver that one, and it's because either it wasn't on the truck or it got damaged. They dropped a bottle, a glass product, and it was damaged, and so they didn't actually deliver it, whatever that case may be. And this information will be updated to Counterpoint's reference fields as well, and be able to indicate what exactly happened. Once they do that, you can actually have the customer sign, and then you would actually save. Once you save, the signature will be updated to Counterpoint for this particular invoice. All right. Anyways, we also have the last one is basic order monitor, and if you click on that, this is actually designed for a large monitor. It can be in a warehouse, and it'll show status of all your orders and what status they're currently sitting in, whether or not they're open, are they being currently picked or verified. It'll tell you which user is in the process of picking or verifying that particular order. Or they can be over here in the pack section. There are 4 different columns. I'm only showing 3 here. You can also have one for pick. You can actually have open orders, orders being picked, orders being verified, and orders that are being packed. And this is configurable. You can actually configure the headers. You can configure the titles, so it matches better for what you need. And we're done. That's basically the kind of an overlook of what we have.
Thank you so much, Ken, and thanks everybody for attending. Please do contact us for more information. We'd be happy to take a look and see how we can meet your needs better with the KonnectMobile application for Counterpoint. Thanks again.